Thank you for plugging into this Family Life News podcast, streaming issues-driven, family-focused news.
Welcome to another edition of Hometown Heroes on Family Life. I'm your host, Bill Price. Our guest this week, Cleveland Way from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. He runs a ministry where the aim is to give back. What is American Rescue Workers?
American Rescue Workers is a shelter first. It's a 42-bed program and a 6-bed emergency shelter. They also use the donations from the community and resell any of our 13 thrift stores. And we also have a social service center that helps with community needs, such as food pantry distribution and emergency financial assistance.
Has the pandemic affected you guys in any way?
It has. When we were shut down, we did not allow anyone in, so the bed count started to diminish, as well as our trucks weren't going out and picking up donations and so on. Mm-hmm. And we survived by our donation.
Now, is homelessness a big problem in Williamsport?
When you say big problem, huge, we don't have individuals on the street that you can see in a big city. Mm-hmm. They're not camping out on grades in the street, what have you, but there is a homeless problem here. It is very difficult to find them because they're resourceful. But, yes, we do have a problem.
Well, and I love your slogan there, repurposing clothing, shoes, and lives. Man, that's awesome that you guys are meeting people where they're at. And the program I found particularly interesting was this Fresh Start program. Share with our listeners what that is all about.
So when I first took over this position, there was individuals here that was here for quite some time, over a couple of years. Even in the emergency shelters, they overstayed their 30-day welcome without finding any jobs or other places to stay. And I wanted to be an agent of change in this whole situation. So after doing some research, I devised this program called Fresh Start. As far as the emergency shelters are concerned, you come in the door and it's now a day-to-day program. It is no longer a 30-day shelter. Mm-hmm. So the moment you walk in the door, you're met with a case manager, and they will come up with a goal plan as to how to get to permanent housing. And we have already done a lot of work with resources and working with those individuals. As long as they're moving forward in their goal planning, they mm-hmm. earn their bed for the next day. And then when they get their permanent housing solution, then they're discharged. And we have an average stay now of 21 days. And then the Fresh Start program is a 9-month program designed to take an individual from where they are to being self-sufficient. Mm-hmm. So we will give them everything that they could possibly need in the first 90 days. And then once they start getting a job, they will have to pay into the program 30%. 15% goes back to the program, which is helping the next person. So when they leave here, they will be on the same job for 3 to 4 months. They will have $1,500 to go into a bank account, which I call fallback money or emergency money, and they will be moving into their own apartment.
We're speaking with Cleveland Way with the American Rescue Workers in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and you also have a church that you guys run?
The American Rescue Workers Church. The guys are able to go there on Sundays. We also have Bible study on Tuesday night at the shelter. One of the unique things about our shelter is that every morning we have a team meeting and we have a devotional before we get started in our day, and we pray. So it is treating the entire person holistically.
And I would imagine you had to have a lot of success stories from people whose lives have totally changed because of what you guys do. Is there one story in particular, Cleveland, that kind of stands out in your mind as, hey, man, this was a powerful transformation that we were a part of?
Absolutely. There was a gentleman that has come in, and when he came in, first of all, he was very hesitant with the program because he didn't trust anyone. His life was full of incarceration, drugs, women, alcohol, and he didn't know anything differently. But something happened while he was here that changed his thinking, and he started to follow the instructions that I gave him through the program, and he is now supervising a warehouse, doing well, has his own apartment, and he is giving back to the community on his own. So he's being compelled to give what was given to him.
That's Cleveland Way from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, this week's Hometown Hero. Join us next week as we search for your home, your town, your hero. It's Hometown Heroes on Family Life.